This video looks at the concept of calculating damages, specifically when you have your contractor as the claimant, so the innocent party. The concept of damages, when we're talking about damages, you can classify damages into two types: unliquidated and liquidated damages. Unliquidated damages are damages that are not specified, their amounts are not specified in the contract. Liquidated damages, on the other hand, you're looking at damages that are specified in the contract, and the breaches associated with these damages would be listed down in the contract. The main concept behind damages is that the courts want to place the injured party in a position as if the contract were performed correctly. So that's the general idea behind damages. How do you calculate damages when the contractor is the injured party? There's two calculation approaches. Approach number one is what is referred to as the expectation damages. And this is when the contractor can accurately estimate the profits that they should have made, but they lost out on that opportunity because the principal had cancelled the contract. And the way you'd calculate the profits, or the damages in this case, would be contract price minus the cost of carrying out the works. The second approach is based on reliance damages, and that's where expenses that have been paid by the plaintiff is what the plaintiff would receive. What's the difference between these two? Well, if you can accurately estimate your damages, your profit as a contractor, then you'd go for option one. If you don't have an accurate estimate, then you'd opt for option two, the reliance damages. Let's have a look at an example to make sure that this is all clear. So in this example, we've got a principal, and that principal signs a contract with a contractor for $1 million to construct a building. In the estimate, C worked out that the cost of the works will be $850,000, and then he's got $150,000 of overheads and profit. So 850,000 plus 150 gives you the $1 million price of the contract. So 7 months into the work, C spends $400,000 on expenses, and he receives $500,000 from P in progress claims. Now P, in this case, she decides to repudiate the contract. C accepts and terminates the contract. C then sues P for unliquidated damages. What are the amounts that C can sue P for? Well, if we look at expectation damages, the way you'd calculate it is as follows. C had $150,000 specified as overheads and profits. During the contract period, he received $500,000 from P, and the expenses for C was $400,000. So in terms of the net gain, he made a total of $100,000. He was expecting overall throughout the whole duration to make $150,000. He made $100,000, so he still has $50,000 to claim, and that $50,000 would be the expectation damages that C would be entitled to. In terms of reliance damage, remember we're looking at over here, we're looking at the expense. So the plaintiff would receive the expenses that they had paid. So in this case, he had spent $400,000, but remember that he received $500,000 in progress claims. So overall, there's no further entitlements because all the cost had been covered by the $500,000 in progress claims, and a reliance damage in this case would be zero. So this example just demonstrates the difference between your expectation damages versus reliance damages. Again, recap that expectation damages is something that a contractor would apply to get if they can accurately estimate their profit. If they can't accurately estimate the profit, then they should stick to the reliance damages.